Hello, this pose we're going to look at is our side plank, Vasisthasana. Now, side plank, I know for some it comes really easily, but for many it does not, and it presents different challenges to the traditional plank pose, Asana. So let's have a look at what we need to engage. In particular, for side plank, when we're really looking for openness in the chest, really don't let your head drop. So there's a tendency to let the one head drop towards the lower shoulder. See if you can imagine yourself in that lovely long line. So if you're feeling that drop, just lifting it back through the center line. That's going to help you extend and find length. Also, you want as much engagement as possible between the legs. So if you're working on putting one leg forward, that's absolutely fine for stability. But if you're working towards the full expression of the pose, see if you can squeeze the legs together and start to stack them. That's going to give you the stability, because as we squeeze from our heels through our thighs, that's going to allow the core to start to engage. And it's all this engagement that's bringing that nice, stable asana. Okay, so let's have a look at this now. So come into all fours, go through your plank preparation. So you're really spreading the fingers, you're sending one leg back and then the other, and you're zipping up those legs. So already we're finding that full engagement. See if you can engage through the heels, zipping all the way up to the thighs, pushing the mat away, and take your eye gaze just ahead of your hands. Now, once you're comfortable there, slide one hand into the center of the mat. Your feet are already in the center of the mat. And start to shift the weight around onto one side, but keep the hips high. So that engagement, if you're working on the balance, by all means bring one foot forward, and we can still work on the lift there as we draw back that top shoulder. So we're finding a stacking of the shoulders. And sometimes this is helped by dropping that back hand behind, just so that we can feel where the pelvis is stacking. So try this on the one side before we draw ourselves back to center. By all means, lower the knees and take a break. Otherwise, let's move to the other side and see how that feels. So draw the other hand into the center, let both legs come around. Remember, if you're working on the stability, to take that top leg around just for balance. And we're just going to take the top hand around the back and check on the lower spine, have we got that pelvis stacked? And once we can feel that, then we're going to come around and work through the expression of the pose now. So now we're going to have a look at, we've looked at the top body and we've looked at the pelvis, so we know everything's in a line. We're starting to squeeze through the legs. Let's see if we can go further by opening out the arms, reaching nice and wide. Okay, so come back to your plank pose. Take one hand to center, zipping up the legs. We're going to try and do this for the full expression. So if you're okay and comfortable to bring both legs together, push the mat away, maybe keeping that top hand down for now, checking on the pelvis. Start to take your eye gaze level, and remember, is your head dropped? Do we need to lift the head so that we're in line with the body? Keep pushing that mat away, and then take the top arm up and overhead to stack the shoulders. So squeeze the thighs together, find that lift, and come back to center when you are ready. So let's move on to the other side, so we can try it all again. Slide the other hand into center. Take the legs, if you can, together. Now take your time, get your legs set up first, pushing that mat away. Let's check with our head. Has it dropped slightly? When we feel comfortable that we're in a nice long line, we can open out the chest, reaching the top arm to stack on top of the bottom. Remembering to breathe the whole time, lowering the knees, just stretch it out for a quick child's pose, and please let me know how you get on. Thank you very much.